let's get started with our bridal makeup look. I don't have any makeup on. All I did was moisturize. And the first step for doing perfect bridal makeup, which you want to have really smooth and even, is to make sure that you moisturize first. And then we're going to do some special steps to make sure that our makeup stays on and doesn't melt. So what I'm going to be using today is, this is DINAIR, this is airbrush makeup. And I'm going to show you how you can put the airbrush makeup on without actually using an airbrush. So the great thing is you can mix these. They stay on all day long, they don't need powder, and they give you the most phenomenal, I've never seen coverage like I have with this. So you just shake it up. There's little drops. You're just going to put those on your finger, like about that much. And then you're just going to rub it in really quickly. So you're just going to spread it on real evenly. And I just do little sections at a time. So we did that section of the face. We'll do this side over here. And it gives the most beautiful coverage you've ever seen. So you just want to work fast because it dries really quickly. And this will actually improve your skin. If you have blemishes or anything and you put this on, the ingredients in the airbrush makeup, in the DINAIR makeup anyway, will actually improve your skin. And I didn't even believe it was true until I had like some blemishes, and when I actually went to DINAIR to take their classes on airbrushing, I was like, oh no, and they were like, watch, your blemishes are gonna look better by tomorrow. And they did. I even slept in my makeup and they looked amazing. So go all the way up to the hairline. Your coverage is going to be a little heavier than normal for a wedding day because all the photographs and flashes and everything, they really wash your color out and brings out redness and ugly tones you may not want. So again, I'm just doing little drops at a time and working all over the entire face. You want to get under the eye really well. And now we have our first layer of foundation. Now we're going to take a concealer, and you want to conceal really well because, again, with the flash, or if you're having video cameras, this is going to be the most photographed day of your life. You want to look flawless, you want to look even, you don't want any dark circles or rings. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Camo Palette in SC4. You get the two colors, so I'm going to use the lightest color, and I'm going to go underneath the eyebrow for a highlight. I'm going to go around the mouth because we want to cancel out any color that we're going to have so that we get the truest color, whatever lip liner or product we're going to do. Now I'm going to use the more medium color. I'm going to go over the chin because that always gets red hormonally for women. Around the nostrils, you want to get that really well. I'll get up a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And then you want to get this triangle area under the eye right here to highlight that. So I'm just going to conceal this. Do my larger mirror. There we go. You also want to go over the eyelid because the skin is so thin right there. You can see the red tones, and we just want to cancel out. We want to have a perfect canvas so we look very pale. The first step that I do too for my brides is I'll always put a bronzer on, and I use Saint Tropez bronzer. I love it. It gives the most natural warm glow. It makes you feel prettier, tanner, slimmer, healthier, and it just gives a gorgeous glow. It doesn't break anybody out, doesn't turn you orange. You can go to sainttropez.com. I'll put a link in the sidebar too. For this, for the DINAIR, I'll put all the links over there so you guys can find everything pretty easily. That way you'll look beautiful on your wedding day too. So we're going to get right above, in between the eyebrows and right above the eyebrows. And then wherever you have any blemishes, go ahead and conceal there too. Now I'm going to show you an extra step, and this is going to be for highlighting and contouring. This is a Studio Touch-Up Stick in NW45. It's a lot of shades darker than my actual skin color, so anything darker than your skin color will work. So we're just going to chisel our cheekbones. So I'm going to draw a line here, one on the side of the temple. Again, from the corner of the mouth to the top of the ear, same area we shade. And I'm going to do this little arch underneath the lip that makes our lip look extra curvy and sexy. I'm going to do this outer part of the lid right here, and I'm going to do this side of the nostrils just to slenderize. This is the Marilyn Monroe trick, those little shading things on the side. Then you're just going to blend it in because you don't want lines on your face. And I'm just using my fingers. If I'm working on an actual bride, I would definitely be using a sponge. But you can see it just kind of slenderizes and brings out all these angles in the face. I'm going to blend this side of the nose. Because a face is multi-dimensional, so you don't want just one flat color all the way across the board. And then we'll go back over. This is just our preliminary stages of shading. Now to really set it, we can use some powder too. I really like, this is Larinum, it's mineral makeup. I really like it. Again, I'm going to put a link here. This is 3N, and I'm just going to put some in the side here. It's a beautiful color, And I like that the mineral makeup combo with the airbrush. You don't really need a powder. This is just going to set all the contouring that we just did. And we just want to make sure that the eyelids are very dry. That way we're not all oily and shiny. Now, I'm going to do my most requested bridal look, which it's kind of like a soft, nude, natural, smoky-ish eye. Everybody always requests it. It's the #1 look I get requested for bridal makeup. So we will get started. You can use any colors that you have to match this too. So I'm just going to use kind of a nude color. This is Brulee from MAC, one of my favorite. Any nude color that matches your skin tone. And we're just going to dust that out. You know what? I forgot to prime my lid. So you have two options. You can prime your lid first with the Urban Decay Shadow Primer or with the Paint Pots from MAC. So take your pick and prime your lid. So now we're going to take our nude color to wash all over the eye. And this is Brulee from MAC. Any kind of nude fleshy color will work. And I'm going to put this over the entire lid from the bottom of the lash line up until the eyebrows. Then we can take a shimmery color. I believe this is Naked Lunch. No, it's Rice Paper. I'm going to use a different color actually. Okay, so here's our one side that's done. We primed our eye. Next I'm going to put a cream highlighter like Shell. I'm going to put it in the corner of the eye, underneath the eyebrow. And then I'm going to go over it with a really light shimmery color. This is Naked Lunch from MAC. So I'm going to go over those highlight areas with the Naked Lunch. Then I'm going to take a nude color. I'm going to take Brulee from MAC. Any nude color that you have will work. And then I'm going to go all over the rest of the eye area with the Brulee. Next we're going to take, I like to use things that are going to be semi-waterproof. So I'm going to take, this is a paint pot from MAC and it is called, so this is Black Ground from MAC. It's just kind of a dark blackish color. I'm going to take my angled brush and we're just going to work this in the outer corner of the eye. So you're just going to start in this little triangle area and create a V. Gently go over like you're doing liner and go up into this crease. If you don't have a crease, just go up onto the bone area and make it like you have a curved shape right there. So this can be kind of messy. We're just going to blend this with our fingers. And this is just going to provide a good base for our darker color to stick to. So after we have that down, then I'm going to take I like to use a combo of like dark grays with a hint of plum so it's a little warm, and then we kind of warm it up with some brown too. So this is Scene from MAC. It's kind of a purpley grayish color, and I'm going to take where did my little angled brush go that I was using? I'm going to take this kind of fluffy brush and I'm just going to tap it in the scene, and I'm just going to lay that down right on top of the color that we just put down, and then slightly go into the crease, and then we want to work it out towards this corner of the eyebrow. So just keep laying this down into the crease and then softly blend it out towards the corner of the eyebrow. So we want like a really clean, we want this whole front half to stay really highlighted and light, and this top area too. It gives a really pretty romantic glow. So we're going to blend that out. Then I'm going to take some brown so we kind of keep it a little warm. And this is, what are the names of these colors? This is Copper Plate, which is kind of like a grayish brown. And I believe this is Cork, this light warm brown. So I'm going to take a combo of both of those, just tap it in the cork, then tap it here. And then I'm just going to lay that in the corner and then just blend that out. And it'll give a warm shading to this whole look right here. So we're pretty much done with this part. It's really fast. Bridal makeup, when you have it down what you're doing, it's really fast and beautiful. I'm going to add a hint of this kind of plum color because it just warms up the face and gives this romantic color. This is Fake. Any kind of plummy, brownish color will work. I'm just going to layer this right on top. And the more layers you have, the more dimension of color. It's just going to be so, so beautiful. There's something in my eyeball. Okay, now I'm going to take Carbon, which is a black, and a smudgy brush. And I'm going to go right, starting on the outer corner, I'm going to work the color in towards the center of the eyelid. So we're just going to keep dabbing it here in the outer corner, and then work it in, drive it into this crease, and then just even up slightly on the edge of this brow bone. It's going to give just a really beautiful illusion of depth And I'll slightly go underneath the eye too. Now this depends on what you want to do. A lot of people line the bottom with white. You can line it with black. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for. I think the black looks beautiful. And I always try to use waterproof. That is your safest bet. If you use the cream liner, like the black, the Chromaline black liner, it is pretty much waterproof. So take your angled brush, just dip it in there. I just tap mine. And then I usually start at the midpoint and then work my way out so I get some of the product off my brush. Then I'll go back in and creep it in towards the center in the front corner. And just little strokes. And then you can just smooth them out. And then I'm going to kind of wing him out just a little bit. So down, then just barely up. Turn your brush over to get that little really fine winged look. And then I'll gently go, now that I don't have too much product on my brush, I'll gently go under the lash line and kind of line it under there. You can go over this with black. I'm going to take a really pretty shimmery color, and I'm going to show you a couple options that we have for our gold shimmer. You can use, what are we going to pick? I'm going to use this gold shimmer. This is from the Alice in Wonderland palette. It's the Drink Me, Eat Me color. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to tap him in the front corner, right there. And I'm going to go right in the corner of the tear duct and right under that front part of the eye. It just gives like the most beautiful open look without looking shimmery or kind of crazy. And then this is another pretty color. You can use Naked Lunch from MAC, Kitten from Stila, any sparkly shimmer color. This is Grand Entrance from MAC. I don't know if they have it anymore, but I'm just going to dab him on the inner corner. And this is a beautiful, and remember you want a really fine shimmer, otherwise in the photographs the flash is going to pick up on all the glitter and it's going to be brighter than everything else. Have you ever seen pictures like of your friends, like their faces will look really white like a kabuki artist? That's because of sometimes certain products and makeup, like I noticed the powders from MAC do that a lot in photographs. So I'm just going to go back over this with the black so we really get a good line, because I just dabbed all that glittery color down and I want to just make sure we emphasize the darkness we have going on here. Okay, so that is all set. We can go back in if you want with your little angled brush, and I believe this is Concrete from MAC. It's like a dark gray brown. I'm just going to work this into the crease a little bit, up here just a little bit more. Then if you want, just depending on how much dramatic effect you want, and you may be thinking, oh my gosh, this looks so heavy, this is so crazy. But in photographs, it's going to look so much more washed out, and you'll be like, whoa, do I even have anything on? So now you always want to curl your lashes. I'm going to show you guys how to do the individual lashes because that's a key step in this. So we're going to curl our lashes. Just stick your lashes in there. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to prime the lashes. This is Urban Decay's Eyelash Primer Potion, which I love. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do the eyebrows. I'm going to use Quite Natural from the Paint Pots. I just love this for eyebrows. It's waterproof. It stays on. It's fabulous. So I'm just going to take my angled brush and go along the top right here. Oh no, this was not the right color angled brush. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to do your eyebrows. This is Quite Natural from the Paint Pots from MAC, and an angled brush. Just tap it in there, it's a cream. And then just go right along the top of the eyebrows. Fill all this in below. Curve this down and extend it a little bit past where it normally goes. Now we're going to do the front, and you're just going to go straight up and down. So now for the cheeks, we want a really pretty glow. So I'm going to take our good old blunt to contour with. It's my favorite color in the world, this little angled brush. Remember, work the outer corner from about the corner of the eye back to the hairline. Kind of a little C-shaped pattern right here to create this cheekbone action. Blend it into the hairline really well, remember, and then do the sides of the temples so they're bronzed up into the hairline. And this just adds shape to the face, down the side of the nose. And then you can go down the neck too to blend really well. Even go behind the ears so that just the color blends all over. Even brush it onto the ear itself. That way the color looks even everywhere. It doesn't look like, whoa, I can see makeup lines. This is Posy from MAC. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a cream color for cheeks. And I'm just going to dab it right here on the front part, kind of like right underneath the pupil of your eye. And this rosy color is what's going to give you the beautiful glow for your face. And then this is Well Dressed from MAC. Any light bubblegummy pink is going to look beautiful and really just rosy and glowy, which is the look we're totally going for. Then you can take your cream color, and I'm going to be taking Shell, and we're going to apply that right under the, right here under the cheek, on top of the cheekbones. And this is a really fine shimmer, go down this top of the nose, and it's just going to give this illuminated glow that's gorgeous. Next I'm going to take, this is another very fine shimmer dust. This is Silver Dusk from MAC, and I'm going to take my little, these little white Tack-On bristles, make the makeup go on lighter, so I'm going to tap it in here. We're going to go right on top of the cheekbones where we just put those, and it's going to give, you can even go under the eyebrows, it's just going to give the most beautiful, soft glow that's absolutely gorgeous. So now for lips, you have a couple options. I always think a light color is best, that way it doesn't kiss off, it lasts longer. You can use the traditional lip liner and lipstick, or you can use something really long lasting, which I will show you. So I have a couple favorites for nude colors. This is Tea Rose from Estee Lauder. I love Naked from Urban Decay. Plum is beautiful. I'm going to be using the Tea Rose, and we're going to line the lips. And we're going to go in a pattern that's going to go down and kind of up. So kind of square off the bottom lip. And same on the top. We're going to slightly curve it outward, just so that the lip looks fuller. And then fill it in just a little bit. So once you fill it in, one of my favorite colors is Nude Rose. Any of these pinky nude rosy colors will work. And you're just going to fill that in a little bit. Then you're going to take a really light pink color, and I'm just going to dab it on the center of the lips. And this is going to give a really full pouty look. Now this is an extra trick for just doing the plain matte look on your lips. You can take a pink shadow. This is from the Urban Decay Volume 2. This is Sphinx. I'm just going to tap my finger in this pink color and tap it right on top of that light highlight color. I'm going to use another finger to get a little more and do the top lip. And this is going to be very matte. It's very shimmery, as you can see. It's beautiful. You can do this with any eyeshadow. It's just going to lock the color on. It's a really great trick for doing your lips this way and making it last forever. You can dab some powder on too, but this is the best way. I love it. It gives a beautiful highlight and shimmer. Your other option for a long-lasting lip color is you can use, these are amazing and they stay on forever. These are by Lip Sense by Senegence, and the stuff does not come off. It's amazing. So you put that on, and this will be long-lasting, kiss-proof. It will not come off on food, anything. It'll last for a really long time. So that is your basic makeup look. You can watch my video on how to glue the eyelashes on, and then you're all set with your whole look. So have a beautiful wedding day. I hope this helps. And remember, don't do any facial treatments at least a week before your wedding. It's going to bring out a lot of blemishes, which you don't want. And drink lots of water, up your water intake, and try to stay away from alcohol because it's going to dry your skin out and make you really red, especially when people want to like make mimosas in the morning and things like that. Other than that, have a wonderful wedding day. This is also a beautiful day makeup too, so we'll see you in the next video. Bye!